All my men of valor,
do their charge!
Faith to her is a tiny yes, a tiny little girl who has had a mountain of experiences that have moved her trust away from the very people whose cares and trust she needs most in this world. Yes, I tell you about Faith. Faith is the name of my BFF. Her story began with a story about her daddy who, according to her mommy, was long gone dead. Though recently she has started to tell this story because everything her mommy once told her has started to sound like the story of Abunu Asi. But I'm not here to tell you about her, that story. I'm here to tell you about her Faith's story. So listen to her story, which began with a story. Back in nursery school, she carried a backpack full of hopes and dreams planted by her mommy. The days packed with smiles and laughter as they unpacked how the days were. But here goes her story. After KCPE, her mommy struggled to raise her high fees, but instead of losing hopes of joining high school, she raised the high hopes of success. Because after the storm, don't you get a clear sky? So, last year at Form 2, Mother got some form. Mother introduced this guy formerly known to Faith as Uncle. Now Uncle had stepped up to be Faith's stepdad. And this was the beginning of another story. Stepdad helped her mother to step up, getting her a job which was a step higher. So Faith became happy because mommy was smiling and laughing again. Faith and stepdad became close, like any dad and daughter should. After school, daddy would step out of the coach to have Faith and tell her, "Welcome home, sweetheart," with sweet, hearty words. Faith felt fulfilled in the void she always felt. Yet this was the beginning of a painful story. Faith says the performance in class was never the best, so stepdad once again stepped up to raise the academic story up, helping her with homework and tests to help her emerge the best in all her future tests. When mother worked on night shift, dad would enter into Faith's room to check her homework, which to her was a big deal. Because isn't this what dads are meant to do? Because Z is Faith, and she believed these lessons reduce her E's and D's and get her A's from C's. But then, another story began. Her stepdad, who had stepped up to be a computer teacher, forcefully typed his image into the computer of her D and A while pretending to turn her D into A. The threats of dark consequences to her and her mommy, forcing her to throw this painful data into the psycho bin of her story. So, Faith had to come to school with two backpacks, one full of books and the other one full of fear. Yes, I'll tell you about Faith. Faith is the name of my BFF. To her, incest has just become another word in the dictionary that's difficult to spell. Stepdad continues to pretend to give her life lessons, only to give her bad English lessons that have made her an obvious book, judged by her cover. She has tried to hide the pages of a book of life, but guess what? Her story is so twisted, following it will be another story. Her heart has become a wretched collage of emotions, painted with dark colors of pain, anger, and hate. Her face is a whole topic in geography because on her forehead there are visible lines that act as map to her torn soul. The city of her mind is constantly, and a sea and a stream of tears have turned into ocean of frustration. Today, Faith and I will break the golden rule. The golden rule that says silence is golden will clear the silver cloud that clouds our present and our future. Faith and I have resolved to turn our trials to tests and testimonies. We still have faith. Faith that Faith's story can begin to be told afresh. We have faith. Faith that Faith's hate can be turned into 8 new ways to heal and climb back to the top of the hill of our trust. We have faith. Faith that Faith will get justice, as just as the word just is. the ultrasound of a story is echoed in my ears and has become a favorite song on my playlist. Faith must once again be what it is, the word with which a pastor pesters believers with. Faith must once again be what it is, the mustard seed that can move mountains. Faith must be her name, a change from impossible to impossible. A Terra Daniels, Olekesasi High School. See you.
All my men of valor,
Do the touch!
National Educator.